Jalen, for people who are maybe watching the Thunder for the first time during the NBA Cup, what is it about this team that you hope to show people on kind of a little bit of a bigger stage this weekend?
I think just how hard we play defensively and how together we are as a team. I feel like those two things are what really separates us. Obviously, we can score the ball, but I think just on that aspect, it's pretty exciting to watch.
Next question over here on this corner.
Hey Jalen, it seems like you guys really like playing with each other. Like the vibes seem high. You guys always look like you're having fun out there. In your opinion, where does that come from?
I think just like the guys we drafted has been a big part of that. That's one of those like luck of the draw blessings that we have with the team. We're all young, so a lot of the guys that got drafted a year before me have only been in the NBA, for like a year longer. So everybody's going through the same phases of their career for the most part. And I think it just comes down to like who we've drafted, and we have a real good group of like genuine guys, and then I think we're winning, so that's usually pretty fun.
Nick, on your left, in the front.
Jalen, you've had a lot of different experiences. You've been to All-Star Weekend. You've done a variety of different things, and alongside some of your teammates too. This is obviously a completely new and different, kind of weird experience in some ways. How have you guys in the past cut through the noise to play your best basketball, and what's going to be key again here?
Yeah, you said it. I think just me personally, I did like the finals correspondence thing, and obviously like the playoffs. I feel like this is kind of like the same kind of vibe. All-Star Weekend, just stuff like that. I think we've done a good job of blocking out the noise, and like I said, we have a team that's so involved with ourselves, and we get along so well. This doesn't really feel too new, aside from like the media circuit, but it's just another game. We're gonna go out there and play the way we do usually. And kind of just let the chips fall where they fall, but we've done a good job of just kind of being within the team and understanding what's at stake every time we play.
Next row back, Jonathan.
The top two teams defensively playing each other, kind of unusual to be playing a third time by mid-December.
Yeah.
What do you take from those two previous games against the Rockets, and how do the two defenses compare? Yours is number one, theirs is the second. Are there comparisons that you would do?
Yeah, I think when, obviously we're that close, so it's probably like a matter of points between who's one or two, but I think both teams do a good job of being really physical and playing hard. That seems to be kind of a lost thing early in the year when everybody's trying to like figure out, how their team wants to play. So you have to give credit to them for how hard they play, and they scheme well. They have a lot of talented players on their team that can defend and want to defend, which is a big one. And I feel like that's kind of how we are as a team too. So it's always fun playing against them because they give you a playoff feel, and just kind of like later down the line, that's kind of what it's going to feel like. So it's always fun playing against them. You kind of get to learn more and more about yourself when you play good teams like this.
Standing on the wall, left.
You're just 23, but you are already one of the vets of this locker room.
You said I'm a vet?
I think so, one of those. Just to know if you remember how everything started. I'm talking about the ritual to go after the game for the interview, everybody together. Do you remember how it started or what happened? What was the first time?
I think it was my sophomore year with like summer league in Utah. Chet barked, and it kind of was like random, like it wasn't like on purpose. And I think Twitter kind of got a hold of it, and then I don't know. Our team's so weird. I don't even remember what happened after that, but we started barking after. But Chet kind of started it by accident. I think maybe one of the interviewers was talking about like having a dog mentality or something, and he barked, and it kind of just took off from there. I think me and Jay Will started doing it, mocking him, and then once Oklahoma gets wind of something like that, they usually stick with it.
Do you think any time in the future will be normal interviews or will be forever?
I don't know. I enjoy it. I think everybody else does. We don't do it every time now, but I mean it's kind of like our identity.
Any other questions? Standing on the back left.
Hey Doug, I don't know if you noticed Alex's retweet yesterday, but he seemed invested in the idea that you guys might have a lack of national TV games. You guys have since been flexed into a couple in January, but I guess this showcase, like being on a broader scale, like what does that mean to you guys as a team, considering that there might be a sense of, you know, a lack of national coverage?
It's something that we all as a team understand, like just being kind of like a small market team. There's just something that comes with it, but we also embrace it a lot. It kind of adds like a chip to our shoulders to a certain extent. We also like understand like how the media and like the coverage works and stuff like that. And it's something that's kind of like out of our control. All we can do is win games and, you know, kind of make it to a point where you need to see us on TV. So that's kind of how we look at it. I don't know if AC follows me on Twitter, so I probably didn't see it.
Last question up here in the front. Two, thank you. Steve?
Hi, I'm just wondering, what do you make of Cody's season so far, his progress with Utah? Is there anything about your rookie season that you've particularly shared with him, or you know, just seen him, you know, maybe take some interest in?
Yeah, I thought he's done a good job handling everything that's come to him. Obviously, their team is kind of like in a phase where they're still trying to figure stuff out. So I always try and harp on that with him. You know, you're not playing basketball for a year. This team, like, you know, you're trying to have a stint of 10 to 15 years of playing. So it's hard, especially because he's 19, 20 years old. So there is a little part of that where there's a little disconnect with me and him, because it's like, I couldn't imagine coming to the NBA at 19 and, you know, obviously playing against these guys. So that speaks to how talented he is. So I always try and remind him of that. Like, you're extremely young. You're going to have a lot more years and opportunities to do a lot of things. So a lot of this year is just getting better and staying focused. And you don't want to end the year kind of like the same as you were when you started. So I try and harp on that a little bit. And, you know, it's a marathon, not a race. And everybody's path is completely different. Like, my rookie year is completely different than yours, and that's what makes the experience nice.
Thank you, Jalen.
Thanks, guys.